Let's start now. Okay, guys, so let's start now. So this is the session on the RM1 million profit trade. So it's not really about cryptocurrency or futures or options or whatever. This is really about securing yourself, okay? Securing yourself for the future. If you're a retiree, how do you make money after you retire? And if you're not a retiree, then how do you make money to just survive? Because the the labor market is really not very encouraging. And, you need to prepare yourself for the future. So young and old, I think this impacts both of you. And I'm taking this in the context of our new role. So we just started our new role. I've briefed you guys on the situation yesterday last night, for the goals in the internal group of our project and where we are going. So a lot of good vibes from there. And for those of you going forward, this is how we're going to take the trades, a new philosophy in trading. The same thing that we actually use for cryptocurrencies before, we're going to use it now, okay? And I think one of our students know about this. The word that we're going to hear a lot today is this word, or the most important word that we're going to hear today is this word, hodl, okay? Hodl, you know, right? You in cryptocurrencies, you guys know this, right? This is actually holding on for dear life, okay? Hold on for dear life. So, you know, in order to move forward, we really have to start holding on for dear life here, yes. We have to buy and then we have to hold and wait for it to go up. I mean, this is really kind of the new trading philosophy that we are doing. And why we're doing that, I think you have to remember that we have also evolved, okay? We have successfully evolved as a group. Evolve as a group. So how we have evolved as a group, you know, we started training, now we are going to be this. Now we are on our way to become a blockchain consultant. We're also advising our client on security token offering. And in addition to that, we are also going to do the social media, okay? We're going to do the social media part for our clients. So this brings about a lot of opportunities for those people in our group, and but it took a lot of things, took a lot of sacrifices, took a lot of effort for me to create these opportunities in our group. And of course, these opportunities are only available for people in my group. And I don't really, layan those people who come to our group as proposals, with proposals and all that, because I'm very uncomfortable. Trust takes time to be built, and I have to know you before I deal in business with you. As I said, these are very precarious times. These are very dangerous times, and I really cannot afford, to go wrong here, okay? So, yeah, let's do this. Okay, stop the video for a while here. And you can ask questions on the chat if you want to, okay? You can even unmute yourself if you want to. So I'm going to talk first about this. And this is something that I last saw in Nia. This is something that I last saw in, very 8, 10 people here. So this is something that we just started. So yeah, the 10 people online. So this is something that I saw in 1997. Maybe some of you didn't see this. I saw this in 1997. Yeah, I'm an old man now. But even an old man has to recreate himself. Okay, I don't know whether what you're going to see is fake news or not. It does not matter. What matters is that what I see in 1997 is happening now, and I will tell you what happened in 1997, 1998. Okay, first, I think you've heard a lot about the news recently that Anwar Mahathir is undergoing. Mahathir is about to go a period where there will be a vote of no confidence. This is not good. Okay, this is anything but good. And let's see, again, I don't know whether this is fake news. To me, it does not matter because I've seen this happen. A lot of things that were considered fake news in 1997 eventually happened. So take this with a grain of salt. Just know that there's something going on. And when there's something going on, I want you to know something. You have to prepare yourself. That's it. Just prepare yourself. Having said that, let me make the disclaimer. This could be fake news. But let's hear this. This was in Malaysia today. A very interesting website. Okay? Just listen.
I've spoken to Shafi baru ni. Dia bagi tahu I juga. Apa yang Tuan buat di Sabah itu advantage bagi kita. Shafi confirm. Aku confirm dengan you dia solid dengan kita. Cuma I minta you. Baru ni I spoken to Muhyiddin juga. Tapi I bagi tahu, I told him ni buat tak betul ni. Cara tak betul. Mana buat cara tak betul. Kita akan susun rangkaian kita. Kita punya network, kita punya rangkaian, kita kena bagi firm. You kena tengok dari dalam apa Mahathir punya move. Mahathir punya move, you kena bagi tahu I cepat. Itu you bagi tahu I lewat payah I nak bagi.
Let me translate that.
I cakap dengan you, sekarang ni 22, parlimen dengan dia, kita kena ambil balik. Kalau kita tak ambil, I cakap dengan ni, kita payah nak bagi dia. Jadi bulan 3 ni, you kena check betul-betul.
Okay, what he said is this. They're trying to arrange their move this month. Mahathir is doing a lot of things that does not seem right, and they want to make their move. And for PKR, Azmin has 22 seats, so they want it back. So when you hear all this, doesn't this lead to something like a possible vote of no confidence? Okay, this is my worry in all of this. And not only that, you know, I will remind you, let's go back to 1997 when there was this last pact between Anwar Ibrahim and also Tun Mahathir. And I will remind you what happened, okay? There's a lot of things now that really worry me. I told you in the beginning, you know, there's now deflation in Malaysia. Prices are going down, which is not good, okay, guys? Prices going down is not good. I don't like inflation, but we need a certain degree of inflation for things to move, for the business to move. Because when there is deflation, this is what happens. Businesses do not invest because they don't get the output. And that's why you have people like us, you know, IS options. We are also moving overseas, okay? Because simply we cannot make ends. It is very hard to get the numbers here in Malaysia, okay? So let me tell you what happened in 1997. The same thing, you know, there was a spat between Anwar Ibrahim and Mahathir because of the treatment during that time, the Asian financial crisis. Anwar wanted us to go to IMF. He raised interest rates. A lot of people died. Mahathir did not agree. And of course, when the Sodomy 1 struck, wow, that was Sodomy 1 such a long time ago, you know, Mahathir, of course, said that, you know, Anwar is still my deputy. And of course, 2 days later, that was the end of Anwar Ibrahim. So again, when I see this, that Mahathir says that he's going to turn over power to Anwar, I'm very, very worried, okay? I'm seriously very, very worried. It reminds me of several years ago. At that time, you know, you know, everyone was saying we can fight the economics undercurrent. Our economy is strong enough. And that was true. In the 1990s, a lot of you didn't know that Malaysia underwent a high period of growth, okay? This is not true now, okay? In the 1990s, we went through massive growth. This is not true now. Our economy is slowing down, okay? And that's the difference between now and also 1990s, which is why I am very, very worried. So because I know, one thing that I do know is this, okay? The more politicking we have, it's very simple, huh? The more politicking we have, then what we have more politics, and then all I know is that the economy goes down, and this is not good. And look at what happened during the past 1 year, right? We had so much politics, the economy is affected. You saw the winds of change. Actually, it's the early signs of the winds of change blowing yesterday. The winds of change blew in, what was it? May? Was it May? May or March? May or March 2000, May, right? May 2000, May 2018. And now they're blowing again. Why? Economy. It all boils down to, can you cari makan or not? And that's important. So the next thing is, knowing that the winds of change are blowing, is your retirement really enough? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think, to me, a retirement of RM1 million is not even enough. We had our man in the previous session for the 50s here come in, and he should why it's not enough. And let me just show you why. Let me just show you why. Actually, yeah, it's really not enough. And then what do you do? So for the new guys, just think about it. For the old guys, maybe you better start panicking. So, you know, you have RM1 million, and this was a very good equation, right? You have RM1 million. If you are going to survive 25 years, 25 years, how much would it be per month? Let's see, let's see this. So you're going to survive 25 years until the age of 85. Unfortunately now, guys, you know, I know sometimes I wish I could die early. I think I'm going to live a long life, okay? That's the problem. That's really the problem. So if you go 1 million divided by 25 years, that's only about 40,000 a year. So 40,000 a year is RM 3,500 a month, is it? A month, right? How are you going to survive on, no, RM, not even RM 3,500, RM 3,300 a month. How are you going to survive on that? Now you might say that, yeah, but Sensei, what if I put in ASB and what if I put in ASB or something getting 6% and get RM 60,000 a year, and I still have the principal next year, right? A year, and that will translate to RM 5,000 a year. Yeah, true. But let me tell you this. This does not take into account deflation, take into account your money losing value, okay? You guys there, many of you, please listen. This does not take into account your money actually losing value, okay? There's a lot of money that's actually losing value. So this is more it than that, okay? Yeah, you can take this as this, but let me tell you now, 5,000 a year, no, 5,000 a month. Now maybe 5,000 a month is sufficient, maybe it's not. I think if you go to the kampung, it is sufficient. If you move out, it is sufficient, but not in the city. But at that, you know, 5,000 a month now is not going to be the same as 5,000 a month 10 years later. Maybe that time you don't need 5,000 a month, you need 15,000 a month. And what if the ringgit depreciates? You are still in trouble. So I think using this equation is better than using this equation. Okay, and let me show you another effort now. A currency, okay, a currency that I fear that the ringgit might even be like this currency one day, because you know now that you know that Malaysia is close to it's close to Turkey, Qatar, and Pakistan. And you know Turkey and Qatar are in one grouping. Qatar has already pulled out of OPEC. They're in the same group as Turkey, and the problem with this group is, and of course in there is also people like Iran, okay? And I don't like what I'm seeing because of the currency depreciation. And let me show you this. And for the young guys, please see this very carefully. Although by your time, things should adjust if we see a control depreciation. Now this is going to scare you, but I'm going to show this to you so that you really understand what could happen. And this is a time in our life where things really could happen. Let's go here and let's go and change the screen back here. So let's see, regardless of whether this is fake news or not. Let's go to, let's go to Google Chrome here. Now I'm going to show you the chart of the Turkish lira, USD TRY. This is the Turkish lira, okay? It is a very, very scary chart. Let's look at the chart and let's look at the monthly and how it has depreciated since 2000, how it has depreciated since 2009, the last time of the big financial crisis. Let's go here. Okay, month. So if you see 2009, and this is scary, okay? One Turkish lira was like 1.14 US dollars here. Here. 1.17, and it went to 7. That's almost 7 times depreciation, okay? Now it's like 5.35, so it went like 5 times. So if you look at the ringgit, if the ringgit goes 5 times, the ringgit could be what? I cannot even imagine, okay? If the ringgit goes 3 times, the ringgit if the ringgit goes 2.5 times, the ringgit becomes 10 to the US dollar. Is it possible? Definitely possible. So this is Turkey. And I will show you also, do we have the USD Pakistan? Do we have the Pakistan rupee? The Pakistan rupee went down by 44%, okay, compared to the US dollar because of the rate, because of the rumor that they will go into IMF. So look at that. That's about 60. That's about 138. So this is already like, so Turkey went about 7 times. Let's write this down. And I'm going to tell you something afterwards. So please take note. Okay, so Turkey went 7 times. And then you have something like the, this is the, what is this? This is the Pakistani rupee. And this is when, this went what? This went about 2.5 times, okay? And look there, it went from 100 to 138 recently, okay, 2000 here. This is 2000, 2017, since that rumor of IMF, because the economy is in shambles, it depreciated another 40%. So just take a look at that, because 40% ringgit will give you about 40% is about 5.6. So again, just look out for all these possibilities, okay? So that's Pakistan, that's Turkey. Let me see, do we have the Iran Rial here? I'm just going to see Iran Rial, okay? Rial, US dollar, Iranian Rial, yeah. Let's go and see Iranian Rial. Again, 2008, it was like 8,000, 9,000. Now it's like 42,000. So 9 times. Man, it went up to 44, right? This one went 5 times. And this also since 2016, 30 to 42 is about, 45 is about 50%, okay? Now, this is a very, very dangerous situation, okay? Recording, okay. So, resume recording, I just said that, you know, if Malaysia were part of this grouping, because we are really improving our ties to countries like Turkey, Pakistan, Qatar, Indonesia. You know, we want to have a car initiative with Indonesia, right? Qatar will come in and actually contribute to our 3rd national car. And of course, you know, if we have more ties with Iran, the problem with this that I do not like, and this is going to impact your future, okay, is that all these countries has faced significant devaluation. Okay? And then you have to ask yourself, what about Malaysia? You know? And we saw just now that from 2016 to 2018, a lot of these countries face 50% devaluation. What if Malaysia devalues by 50%? Then guess what? The ringgit goes to 6. There goes all your retirement plans, okay? Your retirement plans are gone. You know, your retirement plans of say you have ringgit 1 million, like we discussed just now. You invest in something like ASB, you get 60,000 a year. Suddenly your 60,000 a year is not worth 60,000 a year, it's 30,000 a year, right, in terms of purchasing power. And now you're in big trouble. Now for the younger guys like Benson here, he can adjust lah. But those of you out there who are retiring, this is going to be a massive, massive problem for you guys. Okay. So again, what I'm doing, I told you guys that what I'm doing for the group. Why am I doing it? I'm already you know, we're going to do a lot of we're going overseas. We're going to create a lot of opportunities there. Because frankly speaking, I don't know who this is. I don't know why this guy is calling me. Wow, he's a goofy guy. Why call me? So, you know, the problem with all of this is this, okay? Is this, if you own it, if you are, is this guy, wait, let me pause this, maybe it's down there. So resume. So I don't like the equation that I see, which is why I told you that I have choices, okay? I have choices. So we got a good, we got 11 there. See, everyone's worried. So I'm very worried because, you know, the equations don't add up for me. And you know, I do a lot of calculation. So I have two choices, basically, you know. I have the choice that I call the nuclear option, which is really slow down the business, go back, move to the kampong, enjoy a happy retirement for the rest of our life, because I have the means to do it. Or if I want to expand this group as a whole, I know that sacrifices are necessary. Okay, I need to make the big sacrifice, and that is why I have decided to make the big sacrifice and actually go overseas to create more opportunities in our group. Doesn't matter whether we go depreciation or not. It really doesn't matter. In fact, if we go overseas, guess what? If there is a depreciation, all the better. We like it more, right? We like it more if there is a depreciation. Okay. So, you know, you guys know that during the past few weeks, we've been saying a lot about the Billionaire Mentors prediction. We'll go through it, some of it here, and we'll tell you what it's all about. But what if his predictions do come true? What if the market really, really crashes? What if this is the worst crash ever? And Benson is here. We heard that this will be the worst crash ever, which is the same thing that the Billionaire Mentor said. What if you're not ready? You are going to be in big trouble. So what I want you to know is that what I'm doing for the group is based also on the advice of the Billionaire Mentor. Okay, the Billionaire Mentor has said several things, several advices regarding cryptocurrency, and I tell you how the project that I'm doing is related to that. Because if I don't get those kind of things, I really don't want to do things, you know. I really don't want to do things. I rather just do nothing and save money until the storm goes away, okay? Because when I go around in KL, people are not happy with the business, okay? People are not happy with the business. People are suffering. The man on the street is suffering. And, you know, when that happens and you see it, this is something, a phenomenon that is true. Because you saw it yesterday in the Semenyih by-election, they lost again. Pakatan Harapan lost again. Which means that things are really not going well, okay? So be aware of that. Now, the way to do it now in the future, if you're retiring, or even if you're not retiring, I would say is this. You got to do it through asymmetric trading. And one example I'm going to show you today is how to make 1 million. Now, this is good, right? That you can do, go on doing living your life, even do a salary, but you can do asymmetric trading to make 1 million. Or maybe you don't have enough capital, then don't make 1 million lah. Make 10,000, make 100,000, make 200,000, whatever it is. As time goes by, you start collecting money for your emergency funds, or for your funds to expand later when the economy does come back. And you can still do that to cryptocurrencies. I'm going to show you how we can do that through commodities, and you're going to see some charts. And I'm going to show you how you're going to do that through emerging market currencies. But we want to do it the easy way, okay? I don't want to do it the hard way of all this day trading and excessive trading and all that. That's the hard way to do it. Let's do it the easy way, since in this group, we are fortunate enough to know the answers, okay? And because we are fortunate enough to know the answers, then we can do things that a lot of people cannot do. So let's go there now. Okay, so this is what the advice. This is the advice of the billionaire mentor. I want you to really take it, and I will show you that what I am doing also. Okay, what I am doing also. The billionaire mentor here. The thing, and listen, okay, because this is very important, and I think this one we really have to listen. Now, this is the first thing he says: when the fire burns, everything becomes ash. So now you can see that the fire is burning, everything is going down. So why fight? You know, you have a reason to fight it, right? If you fight it now, I'm afraid that you become very, very frustrated. I was told that after Chinese New Year is going to get worse, and lo and behold, the first person that I beat after Chinese New Year said, "Hey, business di KL semua tak boleh jalan." And people are very, very worried, okay, because tak boleh jalan, the business here. So again, and you know, you guys saw this since early this year, right, when I met the billionaire man, and this is what he said. And so if you have a business and you're trying to fight it, you're going against the tide, I advise you not to do it. Seriously, don't do it. I will tell you what I'm doing. Okay, I will tell you what I'm doing to fight all this. Again, the people who fought are dead. If you want to go against the grain, you will die, and you'll be very frustrated, like a lot of people now. You know, the people who stayed at home and survived will come out and benefit later. I think that's true also, right? When the time comes to go up, you come out. Now you just stay, you know, now you just stay cool. And, you know, we're going to talk about Gary Vee's prediction afterwards. And I'm going to say this, I'm expanding yet scaling down. Now you might think, hey, this is weird. Yes, I'm expanding, but I'm not expanding in Malaysia. If Malaysia, I don't want to put any more money in. You know, it's very, very torture. Okay, I'd rather put money in overseas. Secondly, I'm scaling down here, but overseas, I'm part of a company that you know is going to sign a big agreement for a lot of assets in mining. Okay, so yeah, I go where the money is, and why mining is important. Not only that, okay, I'll tell you why also because this has also got to do with cryptocurrency. This has also got to do with what the billionaire mentor has said. So what I'm doing now is why I am brave on doing this when people are getting frustrated all over the place to business is very simple, because I know what the billionaire mentor has said before has never failed to come to pass. It will happen. I don't know when. But now I'm taking a longer term view here. If it will happen, why don't we just take the chance and invest big for later? Okay, invest very, very big for later. And that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. So let's see what Gary Vee has to say. Okay, and this is very important. I kind of like this video. Because he says a lot of things about the recession. You may not like it, but again, yeah, please pay attention to this because it will happen. Zoom recording. Okay, let's see what Gary Vee has to say now.
You got your perspective. Don't you want to be happy? Don't you want to be happy? How many of you are collecting debt for college? Tell the truth, it's okay, just curious. That to me is like the thing that I'm spending my whole life trying to figure out. Go ahead.
Do you think it's gonna die out or change?
Okay, one thing that's happening in the US is college debt. There's so high level of college debt, people cannot pay back debt. Okay, there's this high level of college debt. It is really sinking everywhere.
Yeah, college is new. Guys, college is fucking new. In 1940, which is 5 minutes ago.
And I hear now from my American friends that people are taking like 70,000 to go to college, 70, 80,000 to go to college. And when they come out, they get paid 1,008, 2,000. How to survive? Cannot survive. Dead in the water already. Okay, let's go to the next one.
I think they're very vulnerable. It'll be profitable revenue because the world will melt and I'll be able to, so this machine that is, yeah. I'm gonna get all that. So this machine that is stupid now gets really smart because we'll go from 280 to 590 in revenue in 24 months. It'll be profitable revenue because the world will melt and I'll be able to hire all the people from other agencies for 25 cents on the dollar. At the same time, a bunch of companies are gonna be over leveraged and are gonna go out of business, and I'm gonna be able to buy those businesses with the cash flow of the 590.
So again, isn't this what the billionaire mentor said? Keep your money elsewhere first. When the time comes out, you go out. And you look at what Gary Vee is saying, right? He wants to buy companies for cheaper. He wants to hire companies for cheaper. Now, for me, it's like this. What does going to Pakistan mean? Going to Pakistan is a big opportunity. I was in the talk on the Malaysia-Australia Business Council, and people were asking them about, and I'm sorry to you Malaysians, I'm going to give it direct to you. I don't want to hide with you. Don't say I'm sombong or don't say I didn't tell you guys things. People, Malaysians are very expensive. You guys know that? And there was this one person there who's also doing a blockchain company. She was saying, you know, she was saying that the problem with Malaysia is very expensive. And she said something very good for me, but not very good for you guys. But what Gary Vee said also, she said, you know, the people in India and Pakistan, they're so much better than people in Malaysia and so much cheaper. How can you compete? Reality lah. Because when I go in my head, if I want to build something and I'm building something for this company that has this big concession in Pakistan, we will definitely use Pakistanis. And even if I want to expand my company to do development, definitely I use Pakistanis. Do you know why? Do you know that Pakistanis are the number 3 people on Fiverr? That they could be the next software hub. There's so many good people there. And lo and behold, yesterday, when I go and find out about, you know, we're doing blockchain on here, after we'll show you afterwards, on precious gemstones. I go and find out the people, the staff on this development companies in who are doing this blockchain on precious gemstones. Guess what? When I go into the LinkedIn, where is it from? Yeah, Rawalpindi. Hello, Pakistan. And you saw the currency, right? Because the last time I was in Pakistan in 2015, at that time, 1 ringgit was 25 to the rupee. Now it's 35 to the rupee. Hey man, I'm happy, man. You understand or not? Because if a Malaysian, this is how it works, okay? If a Malaysian were to cost like 10,000 ringgit, a Pakistani would probably be costing about what? 150,000 rupee, because it's like 15,000 ringgit there, right? 150,000 rupee, you divide it by 35, it's only 4,000. Half as much, twice as good. That's the reality. So this guy is good. He does a lot of comments, good Facebook posts. So write that on Facebook. So even people like me are thinking of Pakistanis now. This is reality. So you guys in Malaysia, while the old guys like me are having problems sorting out our retirements, the young guys like you, where are you going to fit in the future? Think about it. Because this is going to happen and it started to happen already. And companies are expanding outside. So again, do like what Gary Vee said, we want cheap. Cheap and good. Not only cheap. Cheap, no point. In IT, you have cheap, no point. It has to be cheap and good. And now going to Pakistan is a very, very good thing.
And higher revenue. Then the economy should turn back in 12 years and I'll be able to sell those businesses at the frothy end and buy the jets.
See, that's how you do it. Okay? So as the billionaire mentor said, stay cool, stay cool. When the market goes down, you start buying slowly. Okay, that's how you do it. You have to do this over the long time.
So everybody thinks it's stupid now. Like I'm 20, right? Everybody
What else?
know, like,
Very
so if you want a BMW,
sales will go down.
so if you want a BMW,
Because I see a lot of people now, and I even saw in Facebook that a guy who was in Forex was not anymore in the business. I met a lot of people privately on Facebook. They ask me, they say, do I want to invest in my business? I say, I'm sorry, I'm investing outside. I'm part of another group now. So what, again, and you guys know, right, I have a billionaire mentor. Why I know all this? Because I heard it since last year. So I know a lot of things in Facebook. I know it's false, right? You guys think you're happy. I know you guys are struggling. I wish people in Facebook were more sincere. Bagi tahu lah. So that kita semua boleh bersedia, right? So that we get ready. Rather than you all telling me, tiba-tiba it's not like that. Everyone are going to fall down. Let's realize and face the fact and let's do something about it. Okay, let's hear what Gary Vee has to say. Sales go down. Remember, sales go down. And I told my group earlier, late last year, you can tell, I told my group, in 2018, you don't gatal-gatal start a new business. I said, you wait. Because in 2019, don't start a new business. I said, you wait. And I said, I promised them, by 2020, 2021, maybe you can buy the business that you didn't start lah, because maybe your kawan has to sell. Not because it's bad, okay? Some of these businesses are very, very good, but because they were over-leveraged. Dia macam ni lah. Let me tell you something. I've never seen this before.
I see a lot of my friends.
See?
Had a tough time.
Correct. Okay. Okay, I'll answer that. But that's a good question. That's such a good question that I'll actually answer your question with my usual no holds barred thing so that you can write it. Okay, you can write it. Okay, here's what I think. But first, the context for that. Here's what I think. First, I think this thing will last, and I've been telling people, say, Sensei, bila you nak balik Malaysia, nak keluar ni? Said, I datang balik 2023. So I'm of the 2022, 2023. You ask why? New government. I think by that time, the political is going to change again, and the new government will fix it. That's why, okay? That's what I think. So your answer, is it going to happen in 3 years? My answer is yes. Next thing, when I invest in property, even I made a mistake. I made a massive mistake. I will see the charts. Properties usually go down 2-3 years. Okay. Do you know what now? It's been 5 years. Oh, this is very unusual. And the demand. So I had to ask the more experienced real estate investors. Because even, I only look at charts, modern charts. I'm 50. I dapat tengok modern charts. Beyond that, it's prehistoric. So I kena jumpa prehistoric. So when I meet the prehistoric people, he said, a long, long time ago, before you guys were spoiled, we had to hold for 50 years. So it brings me to 2024. So betul tak? We are coming to 2023, 2024. That's what I think lah. So what else are your friends saying? They're suffering, right? It's not their fault. See, Malang. Correct. It's going down, right? See, aggregate demand is down. This is the problem with deflation. People say deflation, harga turun. I say no. Harga turun, business got no money. Businesses will slow down. Everything slows down. And the idea is, like Fazli here, you must understand, it's probably not your friend's fault. Your friend is not talented. Your family is not talented. Your family is not working hard. It's just the business cycle. You understand? Nothing wrong with them. So that's why I say, don't go out there and play and invest. Because a lot of this business that may have to sell out are actually very good businesses. And one day when the demand comes back up, I can tell you they will be very valuable. And as I said, why I'm doing this, you see afterwards why I'm investing lah. I tell you why lah. If not, I also don't want. I told you guys, I nak balik kampung. I come back out 2021. Hello, I'm back. If I were not going to where I was going lah. Okay. Don't quit your job. You have a job, keep it. Keep it. Don't do anything. If you need to suck up to your boss, suck up. Hey boss, if you need to buy breakfast for your boss, buy breakfast for him every morning, okay? Please do that.
That you've made it and you haven't, you will lose. People to think, money you don't have, BMW.
Sales will go down. This is what you guys are.
So if you want a BMW on money you don't have, because you want to look good amongst your peer set that you've made it, and you haven't, you will lose. You will lose. Especially during this era right now where the market is good. If you're not winning right now, you really fucking suck. It's the truth. Because this is not fucking, 2001. This is not 2008. You know how many less people buy water filtration systems when the fucking market collapses? Less people. You know how many less people buy fucking cases of $4,000 wine like today is happening at Wine Library when the market collapses? Less people. You know how many less people are buying fucking homes? A lot less people. Real life. And like, what's so fun for me is this is 100%. I will not live the rest of my life in a bullish market and growth. So like recalling, like I can't wait. We're counting everybody else's points too much. Worry about your own shit.
See, this is the problem with social media. This is the problem with social media. Okay, Sinasana. This is the problem with social media. They're telling a different message in social media. They're trying to make it look okay when it's not okay. You know, you look at everybody, but you don't know, right? I mean, you look, people don't like my social media posts now, you know why? Because I'm really sick. You know, but the problem is if you lie and people like your posts and people have the wrong message, you're going to get a lot of people in trouble. I can tell you, people don't like me now because I'd rather say it. You know, so screw it. And I'm going out of the country anymore, so I'm like, screw you lah. I told you so. You all don't want to believe me. True or not?
Now, that bubble will burst. See? And then we'll get to see who's still around. And then we'll see everybody else who says entrepreneur in their Instagram profile right now when they're working in Bank of America in 24 months. And so that's what I'm waiting for. I'm most excited for and waiting for and hoping for complete global economic carnage so that we can weed out the B and C and D players.
Well, Jesus, if you would stop talking a minute ago, we would have ended on a high note, but instead we ended on a that.
I don't think, by the way, that's where I think this is so fun. I think that is a high note.
So what Fazli said was true, okay? So you know it's going to go down. The good news is from the billionaire mentor, it's going to go down and then it's going to start recover sharply. Okay? This economic downturn, it's not going to be a prolonged recession, depression, 1920s. You won't get that. It's shut down and then start recovering, which I think by 2022 we should be okay with it. So I think like 2020 we start recovering, but that's when you have to start putting money in. So I think now why you are here is, and why this is like the single 1 million trade. If you can do a trade that makes a lot of money, whether it's 1 million or 100K, guess what? When the recovery comes, can't you ride along the recovery? Boleh kan? Makes more sense, right? Rather than you all trying to trade here, and SAFU here, SAFU there. Don't waste your time. Seriously. Don't waste that kind of money. You want to strike and strike big, and I'll show you a real account that strike big, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it again and again and again. And with that money, then you start acquiring business or making even more investments later so that when the recovery comes, and it will come, then it's okay. Because I can tell you that my billionaire mentor is now in Kuwait. He's starting a blockchain institute. So he is also starting to make those investments in response to the recovery, even before the crash has happened. But you see, everyone's planning, okay? Everyone's waiting for the crash to happen now. And yeah, it will happen. So yeah, this is from Gary V. Let's go back elsewhere. Let's go back. So yeah, my advice for you is very simple. Just follow the rich guy. Just follow the rich man. In fact, yesterday, I met with a guy, who is Tun Mahathir's guy, And you know, someone during an interview, someone another big shot was asking him, sir, how do you think? He was asking him lah. How do you think we can raise a lot of capital? How do you think we can make a lot of money? All he said was simple: follow the rich. No matter how you think they are wrong, you know they're going to, but you just follow the rich. And that's what I've been doing, okay? So this is how it's going to work. So, you know, is 1 million enough? I think not. Do you believe in government? Do you really believe in governments? Do you know that governments can just, print currencies and that will be the end of you? So let's see another video here. You know, there was something of, they were talking about a platinum coin for the Fed, okay, that the Fed could actually, the Fed could actually print $1 trillion coin. So this is like a scam like cryptocurrency. So the fiat currency is also a scam, okay? Everything's a scam now, just be careful, okay? Let's see this, this is a very interesting thing.
Don't overcomplicate your trading. Hey guys and gals, my name's Jason Bond, and I'm the founder of JasonBondFix.com.
Here. $1 trillion coin explained.
Everyone's talking about $1 trillion coin, and there's even a petition to get President Obama to direct the United States Mint to make the coin. Here's how it all works. While the Treasury isn't allowed to print money to pay off its debt, there is a loophole in the law that allows the Treasury Secretary to print platinum coins of any denomination. That means Tim Gunner could technically...
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's see what the $1 trillion coin is, okay? So another possibility that the governments would do, so that's why I said, guys, I'm really worried about the ringgit tanking. Okay, now I totally am worried about all these things. But then just to show you, at least you can use me as an example of someone who is taking a very brave decisions to change things. Okay, I have to. Where are you from? India, not Pakistan, right? India is good.
Everyone's talking about $1 trillion coin, and there's even a petition to get President Obama to direct the United States Mint to make the coin. Here's how it all works. While the Treasury isn't allowed to print money to pay off its debt, there is a loophole in the law that allows the Treasury Secretary to print platinum coins of any denomination. That means Tim Gunner could technically mint $1 trillion coin, walk it over to the Federal Reserve, and simply deposit it into the Treasury's bank account. And when it comes time to pay off some of the nation's debt, the Treasury can actually write checks instead of IOUs, thereby avoiding the debt ceiling. Simply put, the $1 trillion coin would allow the government to pay off some of its debt now. And if we don't mint the coin, then we have to wait for Congress to raise the debt ceiling and risk defaulting on our bills and other financial obligations. So, which sounds...
Yeah, this was something that the billionaire mentor also told me, that sometimes government can print coins. And that will debase our thing. So good. I was telling them just now, see, the problem with Malaysia is this. I was in the Malaysian Business Council talk last week. Okay, so yeah, we have our friend here from India. So let him tell you that I was telling you just now, right? You know, India is already known as a software hub, but another software hub that we don't know that's probably forming now is actually Pakistan, because they have a lot of people in civil. And they're all the freelancers, right? And then as this person said last week in the Malaysia-Australia Business Council, they're so much cheaper and so much better than people here. So how do we fight?
Train the locals.
Train the locals. They have more training in India and Pakistan, but how can they be so good? See, even, you know, I'm starting, I'm part of a group that's about to win a big concession in Pakistan. And we've been talking about Pakistan. You see, is it in your gene? Because yesterday what I heard is that even now, in Malaysia itself, I'm talking about Pakistanis here, right? They say that the Pakistanis are even conquering the mechanic business, especially Continental cars, because they fix your car and give you a warranty. And then everyone's wondering, how come the Pakistanis become so good? Easy.
It's like survival.
Yeah, survival, yes, it's survival over there.
The
Correct.
life is so tough there. So
Correct.
this is the only opportunity that they get. Right?
Correct.
So
Correct.
here, fortunately or unfortunately, you say, life has been comfortable.
I think it's unfortunate.
Not really. It's like the perception and grooming, you know.
Yeah.
You have the facilities, like the kind of facilities we have here.
Yeah.
If you exploit them, like how America has done. Silicon Valley has opportunities.
Correct.
And how they have exploited. Here we have failed to exploit those.
Yes.
And I think partly the people who have been leading are to be blamed because they became too greedy. So
yes, unfortunate.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Everybody wants to kill the goose rather than
just developing it, yeah.
So many opportunities were here.
Correct. There's so many. It's just amazing.
It's kind of lost, but it's still I'm an optimist. There's a lot of potential. To me, you are saying India and Pakistan, everybody is good. That's a myth. It's not. So, because there are far too many, then yes, probability is high.
So the good is really good.
Yeah, the good are there, but even, I always talk about it in the perception here because I have graduated in Malaysia.
Cool.
I have done my MBA here in Islamic Finance.
Cool.
And I have met one of the most smartest people in Malaysia, and they are Malays.
Correct. Cool. Right.
So it's not that. And
but we're not exploiting.
Yeah. So the race-based perception, Chinese are hardworking.
Correct. That's not true. Yeah, it's not true. It's just a perception.
You cannot label it.
You cannot label it like that. Correct.
India, you'll find the most dumbest people in India.
Correct.
So it's everywhere. Even in Africa, I've met one of few very smart people in Africa. Yes. So it's about the individual, how you're exploiting things. In Malaysia, I think the tooling is not there.
Correct.
The priorities are misplaced. That's very important. I see so many people I meet. So there are people who, you have to have a goal, ideal, and then you try to follow them.
Correct.
Ideals here are set very low.
Yes.
Cushy government job and
Agree.
You have a car, you have a condo, and that's it.
Agree. That's not the life that you want.
And unfortunately, so I think that's where something needs to be done. Training is very important. How do we learn? We learn either on the job or somebody else. And with the kind of selfish attitude that people have, not everybody gets a good mentor.
Yes.
Even managers become threatened or jealous of you.
Yes.
After a
you
while.
know that too.
We have been in the same boat for a while.
We wanted to keep that a secret.
But I hope it's not going anywhere.
No, it's always been like that. But what I really like about India and Pakistan, I can get a trait that I cannot get in Malaysia. You know what? Hungry. I mean, hungry for knowledge and hungry in the stomach. Even better. Because when you find hungry people, they will work really, really hard. That's the fact. Okay? And as I said, in India and Pakistan, those few that rise are really, really, really.
Also, even you're missing Bangladesh also.
Correct. Even Bangladesh. Yeah.
Sri Lanka. All these countries are very similar in nature. Why? Because they were British colony, then they got independent. Yes, precisely. English speaking is very important.
Correct.
I used to have a debate with very, very senior official here when I first came in, and I started in English, for example. I studied in UAE, and I didn't need to learn Bahasa here. I said, I respect the local language, that's fine, that's your mother tongue, but for me, I don't see a reason to learn it. Yes, if I will learn, fine, but I don't want to make it my competence or competitive advantage. Rather, English is the language of trade now. It's not, language doesn't belong to anybody. It originates from there. But now I am speaking, so it's my language. You are speaking, it's your language. So I think to put it to one community, one religion, that's I think a very short-sightedness, and we should, I think,
great input.
Bigger than that. So language is very important. English speaking, but many of the jobs they require purely English speaking. That's very important. Yes, people give example of China, Japan. Different.
But that's different.
The size of the country, the size, and then even they're embracing. You see now, Sensei, maybe whoever. Koreans are speaking. Everybody, because it has become. Otherwise, you will not be able to. On top of that, I say to the people is, no problem. You don't want to learn English, or you don't know English. That's fine. At least be good in your own language.
Correct.
People are not able to articulate
in their own language. Yeah, that's another critical thinking. Critical thinking is not there. The critical thinking is not there.
That is one of the biggest skill that I agree. Because people are sitting full of knowledge, ideas.
Agree.
I don't think people say, oh, somebody is more brainy, and it's up to the environment and hard work that you put in.
So you see, this is good input from someone who is not from the country, giving a comment about the country. Here I am about to move from the country. You guys know what I want, right? What I need is really good people, and I hope Fazli can write this in his Facebook. We want good people, and for me, you can quote me. In India and Pakistan, I can get people who are not only hungry, the hunger here, fire in their belly, here I don't see. It's very hard to find. Okay, now see, I'm lucky. Okay, now one of the things that happened to me that makes me luckier than a lot of people in this world, I only see it now, okay, because I always thought I made the wrong decision. Because my contract was not renewed in 2015. So, I got fed up of looking for a new job, maybe my age, because my age was over 50, so no one would offer me a new job. So that kind of forced me to do new things. But the thing that I am lucky than the rest, and I'm not afraid of all this retirement, because I have learned from that experience of being outside, from being very, very hungry, real hungry during those early days, was that I learned how to make $1 million a year. It doesn't happen every year, but all you need is 1 year, right? Then you can tahan for many, many years, and you just do it again, and then it can be a very good retirement, You understand what I mean? That's what I learned, because, and this is what happens to the rest of the people. You see it in the paper, right? The EPF or savings, they finish in 5 years. This is statistically true. What I found out through later, bukan sahaja ni, not only for the people with the low income, the high income, same also. 5 years, you're finished. And that's even problem. That is even bigger problem because they have bigger commitments. If you have a low income, I guess if you have a low commitment, then you just find another job you can cover. For the high income, how? They got higher commitments. Next, if you have a girlfriend, it finishes earlier. Less than 5 years. Okay? So wife will like this. Everyone, after one retires, everyone will approach you with things that don't work. Again, I'm more lucky because, I'm pushed on things, on doing projects that the corporate because of my contacts and all that. So this is what I find. And even yesterday when we were with our team that's making preparations to go to Pakistan, he told me a real story. So just listen to this. There was a group of government retirees. A group was given a choice. You take 37,000 ringgit and then we will pay you pension for the rest of your life. It's like 1,000 plus, but it's still a pension. Or you take 137,000 lump sum. Which one would you have chosen?
I would choose lump sum.
You choose lump sum, right?
I can invest better, get more.
That is because of you. Good choice. You know why? A lot of people that chose the lump sum, they finish the money off. A lot of people don't even know how to manage the money. Right? Yeah.
So that's why I said depends,
Correct. And that's why I said the most important skill is the ability to make a lot of money, and that's what we're going to learn today. The most important skill is to make $1 million a year or 100,000. It doesn't matter. It can be 100,000 if you're small, can be 500,000, can be 10,000. It does not matter. The ability is to make a lot of money with a small amount of money at the right time. It will not happen all the time, okay? But when the opportunity comes in at the right time, then I think you must be there to take advantage of it. This is very important. It must happen at the right time, and you must be there to take advantage. If not, you got to wait, 1 or 2 years or 10 years for it to come back, okay? And the most important thing that again, during the Malaysian Australian Business Council, I did meet someone. She was in the property business, so she said she was doing very well, but then just like that, the Australian property market crashed. For 20 years, it had been going on, up, up, up. 1 year of crash resulted in a wipeout of so many people, including property developers who lost literally everything. Quite unbelievable, you know. So that's why I'm telling you, whether you are even in the old economy like property, even then you can be wiped out. And you can see, because when property goes down like 20, 30% and people are stuck with high loans, what happens? Finish up. Cannot pay. Cannot pay back. You don't have time to pay back.
I'm not an advocate of investing in property
Yeah.
because the debt asset.
Because of debt, right? Yeah. You're stuck, you know, you're stuck. It's not liquid. You're stuck. Nobody else can buy your property also.
It's no longer a good asset class if you cannot liquidate.
If you cannot liquidate, it has liquid issues, liquidity issues. So it was thought to be safe because many Malaysians think property is safe. I can tell you it's not necessarily safe. Necessarily, yeah. So you must learn how to diversify your bets. Now let's look at what happened. This is the tulip mania. It went up and then went down. This is the NASDAQ mania. It went up and then went down and then went up and now it's back up again. And of course, we will see the cryptocurrency mania. The thing is, if you can catch these type of waves, guess what? You'll be okay. You know, catch these type of waves and do asymmetric trading. Now let's see what asymmetric trading is. Well, this is what I want you to understand from this. It's all about asymmetric trading. Let's find a video on that. Okay, so this is asymmetric trading, what Tony Robbins is going to say here. Just know that this really applies well when you get a movement like that, okay, a movement in the market like this.
I was hired to come in. I uncovered for Paul Tudor what he was doing at his best. I got to interview all the people around him. I watched films. There were patterns that Paul Tudor was doing when he was at his very best, and he dropped them out. One of those things I learned from him, he risks for asymmetrical returns. In other words, most investors think you take huge risks if you're going to be a billionaire, huge risks to be really successful financially. The truth of the matter is these great investors do not take those huge risks. The vast majority do not. Asymmetrical risk reward means they try to do the least amount of risk possible with the most upside. He would look for investments where he didn't want to invest unless he believed if he invested $1, he could ultimately make 5 off that dollar, 5 to 1. Now, he knows he's going to be wrong lots of times. And so he knows if I risk $1 and I lose, I can risk another $1, I'm still going to be up 3, you follow? He could be wrong 4 times out of 5 and break even still. So that's the secret. Kyle Bass took $30 million in 2008-9 during the worst economic time in history and turned it into $2 billion in 2 years. How the hell do you do that? He never risked more than 6 cents to make $1. If he's wrong, he'd be wrong 15 times and still make money. Well, he wasn't wrong 15 times, which is how he turned 30 million into 2 billion. So those are some of the most important principles if you really want to become wealthy in financial terms.
So remember, so it only goes like that. Or if you say the market crashed, then the market is going to crash. The market crashes like this, right? Oops. Or the market is going to crash like this. All right, and then it goes back up, right? So it doesn't matter as long as you have the sharp spike. So just remember that in your mind. As long as we have spikes like this is very good for asymmetric trading. If you are going for the narrow thing, may God love you. If God loves you, you can make it. You need a lot of talent. And this is the same thing we use for crypto, you know, which they say hodl, right? Hold on for dear life. That's all you need to do, okay? After I show you some real accounts that even in the worst crypto bear market, there are still things that can make 10 times your money. Not easy, but still there. Okay, so, and I'm sure that in the next round, there's going to be more and more things, but you need to know how to recognize all these things, okay? So let's change the screen now. Oh, before that, before we change the screen, okay, luckily the screen didn't change. Let's go to coin market cap. Let's see the crypto. Let's just see how the crypto markets are doing. And I just want to show you something. and how your this can influence your trading here. And then since Azizi is here, I'll answer this question. It's a simple answer to your question. You ask me something, I'll answer you, but look at this. The market capitalization is now 130, correct? There, and it went up to, what was this, 900? Yeah, this is almost 900 billion. Now it's 130. Now, you know, and I know, and everybody knows that is going to go back up. You don't know when, you don't know how. This is the issue. So there was a question that came up last week because the billionaire mentor has already said that Bitcoin will go up, right? So how do you set up a trade for that? This is the thing. See, when you want to do asymmetric trading, this is what I will have to tell you. I'm going to tell you the principle is very, very simple. Let's go to daily. So daily here. When asymmetric trading doesn't mean no losses, okay? Asymmetric trading means I can lose a little here, waiting for it to go like that. Or rather, I can lose a little here, waiting for it to go like that. Meaning that you know it's going to happen. Now you ask, how you know it's going to happen? I know that the billionaire mentor has never been wrong. But don't know when. So it's an issue of timing. So you got to be there in the trade until it happens. Having said that, you don't bet everything. So there are two ways to do this. You put in a small number like I did, and then when it happens, you make it big. Nampak? Or rather, you put in a trade like this, and then there is something called a stop loss. So if it gets stopped out, it's okay, do it again, because you know it's going to break up. Now, where is Bitcoin going to go? Okay. Let's just show an example for Bitcoin here. I'm going to draw this. Rather, I will draw a line here, okay? Where is Bitcoin going to go here? So you see a trend line over here. That. Right? So where is it going to go? Is it going to go up? I don't know. It can go up or it can go down, okay? You draw here. It can go like this. Or it can go like that and go like that. Now, if it does go down like that, that is probably the last move down, okay? So what do you do here? In order not to boost, you can buy, you just put a stop loss here lah. If it goes down, you wait until it goes down some more, that's all. If it goes up, you wait. Here, you better be careful. Can it break? I don't know. Then you put a trailing stop loss here, done. See? And if, what if, then you say, hey, Sensei, I bought here, what if it falls down here? Then you buy again down here. Then you buy again down here. Because you know it's going to flash up more. So that's what you do. So if you do not, if you want to be right all the time, this is not the way to do it. But you have to have a risk. How many times are you going to risk if this doesn't work? And there must be an amount that you're comfortable with, knowing that one day you will get the big trade. That's how you do it. Understand? This is a different way of thinking. So if you have an amount of 100,000, you don't risk the 100,000. You only risk 10. That means if I lose 10, I got another 10 times. I got another 9 times to go. Don't ever try to risk everything. That is such not good. But the problem with us human, what's the problem with us human? Greedy. Then we got a problem. Then cannot help you. We're always greedy. So you need to define what risk you are willing to take in the first place. Then Azizi, I answered your question. So now, it can go anywhere. I don't care. And just for disclosure, for Azizi, am I long Bitcoin? Yes, I'm already in the position. I don't know. Do I need to care? No. If it goes that way, I'll make a little bit profit lah. Even if it goes this way, my cut loss is now already in profit. It doesn't care. If it goes this way, I celebrate some more. Yeah, you can do that also, but you just need more capital. Yeah, can also, but the problem with that is, do you have the holding power? Again, if you are trading a small part of your portfolio, it doesn't matter. You can layer. But the problem, what do people do? They trade a big part. And then when they layer, they panic. That's bad lah. So it's also when I want you to learn something about the only thing you should learn here is asymmetric trading. Dia macam ni, please learn this. You want to do this, and this is the only way to go if you want to be safe. Put in a small portion of your capital only. Do you know why? Because the numbers can grow really, really big. And after I show you a real life example, okay? Don't be uncomfortable. Sensei, I cannot make money. I put so little capital. No, wrong. You put in a small capital because you know why. If it grows, it can grow a lot. So if you lose this, you put in another one, it can grow a lot. Don't put in big capital here, because when we are doing this, we are expecting 5 to 10 times. We're not expecting 20-30%. So why do you have to put your entire capital in? That is just dead wrong. Not the way to do it. This is what people cannot understand. Yeah. But if you put in a little capital, guess what? You can go to sleep, right? I mean, you might be comfortable losing, I don't know, like, depending on your situation. But to me, if I lose $200 to make 2,000 or 20,000, that's okay for me. I don't lose sleep. I can put another 200 for the rest of my life. It does not matter. But if I lose 2,000, I also become scared. Depends on your deal. Depends on that. But make sure it is small enough so that you can go to sleep. What's the test? Try going to sleep. If you can go to sleep, I guess the amount you get is right, as long as you can go to sleep. Let's go back to PowerPoint and you'll see a real account after of how this was done. Okay, so again, the billionaire mentor predictions are here. You know, market crash. He does expect the market crash to happen. Ringgit depreciation. I told you about the grouping now: Pakistan, Turkey, and Malaysia. Oil is going to crash again. Are you ready? Are you ready? And then he said, you know, just wait until the crash happens or whatever, or short during the crash. And then when it's all down, come back in, because it's going to be a sharp crash, which is good, And then you're asking, yeah, but Sensei, you said you're expanding overseas. Yeah, of course lah. Because he also said, I've been asking him, and he said Bitcoin will go back up. He said that the recovery in crypto will be led by asset-backed tokens. It must be asset-backed. Are you guys familiar with a company called Hoa Genting? Don't buy the coin. But anyway, look at Hoa Genting. Do you know that Hoa Genting has an asset-backed token? It's backed by 500 million US in their deposits, the money that they have. So each token is worth $1. So it provides a hedge. If the ringgit goes down, technically speaking, if you buy the Hoa Genting coin, you bought $1 and it shouldn't go down lah. And then your value will go up because you are keeping it in US dollars, right? So again, when you talk about asset-backed token, why I'm expanding, why I am expanding in this time of very uncertainty, asset-backed, as long as it's asset-backed, it's very, very good. So why am I expanding here is very, very simple. As long as you are in control of an asset that is proven, and of course the auditors have to come in to actually say that you have the asset. Like even like Hoa Genting, they will have to have auditors to come in and confirm that they actually have the 500 million US. Same thing here. If you have an asset that is backed by something physical, then you yourself can issue an asset-backed token, correct? But you must have the asset lah. Like Tether has an asset that is backed by US dollars supposedly, but they didn't allow people to audit, right? So sometimes they fall. So if you are willing to buy Tether,
who your auditor is.
Yeah, depends on who your auditor is, right? Yeah, you must have a reputable third-party auditor. So I don't like USDT. I'd rather buy USDC because it's from Coinbase. I trust Coinbase more. Another one that you want to look is DAI, because DAI is the loan against Ethereum, DAI. So DAI has proven itself that when Ethereum went down, it still maintained 1-to-1 to the US dollar because it has a smart contract to manage that peg to the US dollar. Now, a lot of coins say that they are pegged to gold and all that. I can tell you that 95% of those are lies. They don't even maintain anything close to gold. Okay, so be careful on what you are investing in. Make sure that they have the asset stored somewhere. Ask our friend here from UIA to go and audit. It must be there because people are making a lot of claims. So again, why I decided to go overseas, even in this tough time, rather than go back to the village and chill and then come back to KL. I don't know, in 2021, it's very simple. Destination Shangri-La. You know where this is. This is the Hunza Valley, right? Is that the Hunza Valley? Yeah, probably the Hunza Valley. Hunza Valley is in Gilgit-Baltistan, Kashmir, right? Not there. Or they don't consider themselves Kashmir. I don't know. So why? Because again, the company that I am a subcontractor to, and I'll be designing their blockchain, and I'll be in charge of a really big portfolio there, is going to sign for a concession for gemstones. Okay, and of course, Sensei, how you know there's gemstone there? Because there's geological report. But even then, it's not enough. Huh? Again, so I'm just telling you, Sensei comes out one day. Sensei, last time you taught us, please don't lie to us. Again, when you look at this, there's something here that you must remember. Anything on a geological report is probably inferred resources. That means it's there, but to actually get the confirmed, the confirmed reserves, there should be another study that goes in and actually goes to the it's there. And if you can get that thing, okay, say you have 100 million or whatever of resources there, and they have more than that, but say you have 100 million of resources there, and you just say that of this 100 million, we are only using like 20% in order to back the coin, then guess what? The coin is very safe, right? Don't let's say 100 million, because again, when you go out to the market, you don't, it fluctuates, okay, then the quality and all that. Yeah.
Cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, the biggest issue, and especially from the Sharia perspective, the speculation part.
Yes,
so
correct.
If there is a governing body or a central bank who endorses it, that makes it very legitimate. That's number one. And asset back for sure is the way forward, I think.
Yes.
So if somebody, like even fiat currency you mentioned, yes. So by right, the model says that you should trade that much where you have the reserves, right?
Yes.
So in theory, it's correct. It's just that the government, don't apply that rule, but good governments by right should.
Yeah, by right should.
Not that anybody. So you're not like Zimbabwe or Argentina. So governments which are answerable to other government bodies, the IMF and others, they don't just trade blindly. So similarly here, you need to have very strict laws to because it's about people's money. If you go into public listing, and even a private equity firm, how difficult it is, a lot of audits.
A lot of audits, yeah, there are a lot of audits. So you need to know that the backing is actually there, physical backing. And it's audited. See, the good thing about mining companies, you know that they can be listed immediately in AIM and all that. They can be listed immediately based on their resources. So that's the thing. That's why the asset back is so important. If you don't have asset, susah, which is why I'm doing what I'm doing. As long as there's an asset, there's something that near. So now you guys know why I'm doing what I'm doing. See, I have to relocate for this country for my group, create a lot of opportunities for the group. So the exodus. So here is near. You can look at this here, which is why I'm restructuring my finances before I take a position here. The project is overseas. Take Turkey, Pakistan ties to the next level. And look at Kashmir here. Kashmir is very rich, you know. Pakistani Kashmir has millions of precious rubies, but only occasional rewards because the way they mine there is very, very primitive. Then you say now, Sensei, why they mine there very primitive? Because hello, even in summer, guess what the temperature at night is in summer at this place? What do you think? Yeah? Okay. -7. Imagine what it's like in winter. So it's not in a year, you can only mine for specific times in a year. But this area of Kashmir has millions and millions of precious rubies. Okay, so why is this important? Something like this, which is going to be a stable coin. Again, as I said, this is what the billionaire mentor has said, okay? He said that crypto will be led by recovery. The crypto recovery will be led by asset-backed, okay? Now, this is what's going to happen. When the market crashes, from now until the period of 2030, 2035, this is when fiat currency will probably die. Starting with the US dollar because there's too much debt. But from now until then, you will see the emergence of a new financial architecture, okay? I don't know what's going to be. People say, yeah, Sensei is going to be crypto. I said, I don't know. I have no idea, okay? I have no idea. And this is how I look at things. So there's going to be a new financial architecture. Definitely the financial architecture will be something of asset-backed. Will it be crypto? We do not know, but we know that JP Morgan now is also going into crypto. So again, what do you think is happening? There's something going on. The big boys know something. And what they know is a new financial architecture is going to emerge, so everyone's ready for it. And if we can use this project or the assets that this company goes in to even participate in this through the use of our asset-backed token or whatever, guess what? The best thing about this project, because it's going to lead to a new financial system in the next 10 years, don't know when, don't know exactly when, guess what? If I am in this project, I'm already in this project, okay? Even if I fail, you know what failure means? You get acquired by someone else, right? They ask you to go for holiday. Here's the money, get out of the market! Good, right? So that's why I'm in here, you know? Sorry, I have to delay my retirement. Too exciting. But is it going to be crypto? I don't know. I know it's going to be something. You know, maybe they have something like Coca-Cola or something, some new thing coming up. But for now, in the absence of anything else, I can say it will probably be crypto since JP Morgan is investing there. You already have the architecture there, you know, it's unhackable supposedly and all that. It looks like a good thing, but we are going through very, very exciting times during the next 10 years. Okay, how exactly work, I don't know, but I know from the previous bubbles and booms, boom and bust, you have to be there to play. And now I get only to play, not only I get to play as a participant using this as an asset-backed coin, I also get to play as an investor. And these are the things that I'm looking for. So here, so next. So again, the method of investing that I use is very simple, okay? I use the combination of the guidance from the billionaire mentor and also what I know to trade because it's very simple. It looks simple, but it's not, okay? He knows that things are going from A to B. If it's a straight line like this, it's very simple, right? You buy here and you sell here. But you know it's not like that. It goes like this, right? Can you withstand all the drawdowns here? So we need skill. But if you are going asymmetric trading and you are going for a small position, then it doesn't matter. And that's why I think asymmetric trading is the best because you go here and then you wait until it goes up here. And there's a lot of opportunities, okay? And this is an example of Zarif. So let's see how much he made. This was from the crypto boom in late 2017. And at that time, the billionaire mentor actually asked us to buy a wallet company because he thought that, you know, he had news that this wallet was going to be the next standard crypto wallet. and he gave us the tip to buy, and look what Zarif made just on the one trade alone.
So 100,000 USD, I made it. Alhamdulillah.
So that's what you can do if you have insider information. You're not going to make 100,000 USD every month, but if you make one time a year, it's good, right? And your capital is only what, 5,000 USD? Then it's enough for 1 year. You met your 1 year target. Then try the next 1 or 2 years to make someone like that. That's how you do it. And also, this is Zol. So he also made, you know that cryptos now, the good thing when cryptos are down is there's a lot of projects that you get free tokens. Even when we launch our STO, we will also have a program for people to get free tokens on the work that they do in order to bring the message of the company out. So look at this.
Sensei Shukri opened my eyes about how to make money in a Sensei Shukri opened my eyes about how to make money in a crypto with a very minimal capital. Even without capital, you can make money. And I've earned free tokens, free cryptocurrency worth more than $4,000 so far. And
so you make $4,000 without capital. Is that good? So that's why I say, in this world now, don't go for all this normal trading and all that. You'll die, You'll die of hunger. You go for the easy things. Okay, but when you get it big. I don't know, 4,000 US for no capital is good. 100,000 US is good also. And then you just chill for the next opportunity. And that's what we're looking about. But the key to all this is this funny word. HODL. Because it's going to go back up. We have to wait. Now the last crypto slowdown was 2 years. Is this going to be 2 years? I don't know, but it's only 1 year. So if it's 2 years, there's probably another year before it goes back up. So you need to hold for the long term. But if we know it's going to happen, then we just buy and hold. It should happen very fast. So I'm going to show you some examples. Cryptocurrencies, commodities, indices, emerging market currencies, and all that, and see what happens. So let's see cryptocurrencies first. Now, there was in this bear market, we have this issue where the cryptos went down, but some companies went in and got regulated instead. They got audited, like Ulala, they got audited. They are going to be, their listing will take place in Bermuda, and everything is regulated. Okay, now as I said, I've seen nightmares where the ICOs I went in, the website disappeared. Okay, and the ones that survive are the ones that have regulation. So you see, this was my initial investment here, right? 25,401. Nampak? See that? How come I cannot make it bigger? Here, yeah. Let's go see this. Let's go see. Let's go see Ulala. Is it my Ulala? Ulala. Right. Okay, let's go see Ulala login. Let's see if it's there. So I spent like 25,000 for those number of tokens. Okay, let's see how much I make or how much I'm about to make here. Oh, better not record. The recording now. Yeah, let's go and change the sharing now. So that's really, okay, that's how much I have. Let's go here and change our share onto here, Google Chrome, my wallet. Okay, so this is my Ulala wallet. That's how much I have here. Yeah, I have to put two-factor authentication afterwards. That's my wallet. Atomic token. Now there's a token buyback here, okay? So this token buyback, I can ask them to buy back. Right? There's a price for them. They're offering a buyback. And I have this, right? 1270006. So let's go there and here. 1270,060 times. So what's the buyback price? Let's go and put here. Now this is not, of course, I think it will go to an exchange and it will do more, but let's see what they're offering the buyback price at. So we always like it when they have a buyback price here. Not here, but here. Okay.
The presentation.
Yeah. I put the video here.
Everyone's talking about $1 trillion coin, and there's even a petition to get President Obama to direct the United States Mint to make the.
Nope, not here. Is it here? Okay, let's see here.
Go through and do some training videos here on the web-based wallet for your tender. The buyback price of tokens is 25 cents each.
Okay, so they're buying back at 25 cents. So if we take 25 cents, if that is 25 cents, 1270060 here, times 25 cents, how much is that worth? Yeah, so if I send it back for buyback, and they have a very fair system for buyback, this is now worth, let's see. 1270060 times 0.25, 317,515 US dollars. Okay, so how much is this in terms of ringgit? 4.05. That's 1285 million ringgit. 1285. My cost here, as you guys saw, was only 25,000 ringgit. Right? 25,000 US, sorry. Or 100,000 ringgit. So, did I make more than 1 million? One trade. I'm not saying that you make more than 1 million, but you can make 10 times. You put 10, you make 100, or whatever the ratio is. But you need to find things like this, but it does show that even in this market, you can still make 1 million ringgit with a single trade. It's possible. The other one that I have that's not listed yet is actually Agorai, which is an STO on Coin. Agorai and is a security token, and they are going to be listed on Coinbase. So if they are listed on Coinbase, because they're an STO token, okay, because they are an STO token, the fair value of that token is about 122. I bought it for 20 cents. If they're going to be listed on Coinbase, usually there's a premium because they're listed on Coinbase. So if it goes from Coinbase from 120 to $2, I made 10 times. If it goes 120 to 150 on Coinbase, I made 6 times. So these are the type of trades you want. Okay, so if the thing goes like 5 to 10 times, you can put in small numbers. You understand? Rather than risking and getting frustrated and getting frustrated and all that. Okay. So I've shown you an example there, and that's how we want to do it. Okay, so again, our goal, if we want to be very rich, and we want to be rich the lazy way, okay, the lazy way, and we're going to find a lot of opportunities in cryptocurrency, whether they go for STO or IPO, is to find charts like this. And now let's take a look at commodities. I'm going to take a look at commodities now. So let's go to this. Let's go to new sharing, and let's go to Google Chrome again here. So here, let's go to the chart here, and let me show you something on commodities here, and let me show you the charts that we have. Okay, and how we do asymmetric trading for all of this. So that's the NASDAQ, that's okay. Let's go to orange juice. Orange juice. OJ, orange juice. Orange juice futures. Yeah, let's go there. Next contract in 5 months. eToro is not capable, that's okay. I want to go on the weekly chart. You see that? Do you see that big pattern there? Like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. Where do you think this is going? Right. Now it's what price? 117. What if it goes to 210 again? You know how much money that is? Because if you want to trade this, you know what you're going to do? Rather than trading the spot here, you just buy an option. You know, buy an option, because if you buy an option here at it's 117, you buy an option at 120, it's probably only about $4. But if it goes up by $100, you buy at 4, you sell at 100 per times, 25 times, right? So this is where, by using options, as long as you have a graph like this, you can target for multiple aims. Okay? Because that's what the charts really show. And this is what the opportunities we are looking at. So not only is it cryptocurrency, as I said, this is not about cryptocurrency or stocks or options or whatever. This is about opportunities that we can take advantage of in order to make a lot of money, as long as you know how to make the right bet. Don't put all your savings in this. Okay, because options can be a zero proposition. It can go down to zero, but if you are able to control your bets, guess what? You know this thing will go up, and one day when you're there, you know how many times that is? A lot. It's a very simple example here. Another example that I show is this. When people talk about Forex, what do they talk about? Euro, USD, GBP, USD, all this, right? Aussie, USD. I'm going to show you another chart. Mexican peso. Let me show you week. Now, doesn't have that same pattern as an orange juice kind of pattern. Do you see these movements here? Like that, like that, like that. So where do you think this is going next? Up, right? So let's just say, for example, if it's at the bottom of the range here, and this one you can see with the naked eye, and these kind of trades, you know what? You don't go like the Euro, USD. Every day you want to see one. You know, have a life. Okay? There's a way to trade where you can have a life. But let's just see one movement here. This is what? This is 18.5. This went up to 20.7. Let's see how much you would have made there, okay? Let me do the calculation. Don't worry if you don't know how. Again, I'm just going to show you an example here how to do it. So this is 20.7 minus 18.5. If you were trading half a lot, which means you're very conservative, you have 2.2 times 50,000 or 0.5 in MT4. So if it went up there from there to there, which is like a natural oscillation here, let's see, 2.2 times 50,000 divided by, what is that, 21.7? 21.7, right? 21.7, 20.7, sorry, 110,000 divided by 110,000 divided by 20.7. That's about US 5,000. Okay. Within how many weeks? About 2 months. Isn't that great? This one, I'm assuming you're conservative, you know. So you would have made 50% on your Forex account in 2 months, or even 100% if you were doing it high leverage. Higher leverage. So isn't that easier to trade than all your Euro, USD, GBP, USD, GBP, JPY and all that? because you're looking at the waves, okay, the long type of waves. And this is a different way of trading. This is really what I teach that's different from all the rest. And if you look at what happened, let's look at what happened previously when oil did fall, right? Because, okay, let's say oil falls again. Let's see what happened when oil fell to the Mexican dollar. Oops. Look at what happened in 2008 crisis. It went from 10 to 40% in about 2 weeks. So again, in a crisis, all these funny currencies, they move up by a lot. So since we know there's going to be a crisis, why can't we just wait there? When oil went down, look what happened. Mexican peso, look at that move. Massive move. So why are we playing all those other currencies that we have to do it every day? Yeah, you can do that also. But when you do that, it's more to understand the market and for fun. Okay? Not really to make money. This is where you make your real money. Remember? So you got to get your priorities right. If we're going to do vanilla, we're going to asymmetric trading. Now, if we look at things like NASDAQ here, or rather we look at things like SPX, S&P 500 here, what happened during the crisis last time? Let's see what happened now. Look at that move. This one was predicted by the billionaire mentor already. So he's predicting another one. Never mind, we just keep cool. But look what happened in 2008, 2009. Look at that. Look at that movement down. That was like 50%. See, if you are here, and there will be another here like this year, can't you make money here? It's easy, right? But if you want to have this, you have to be patient waiting for this opportunity than wanting to go in every single opportunity here. So you look here, look at here. Let's go look at what happened here. Let's just go here and date and price range here. Oh, no, do that. I want to catch this thing here. Let's use the experience. Prediction and measurement tools. Let's go here. Bars pattern. Okay, I'm just going to take this bar here. I just want to see this pattern here. And I'm just going to go here. And I'm just going to bring it here. Okay. So look at this. Here, here, here. Go up one more time. Here and then down, right? Isn't it kind of like tracing the same pattern? Betul? So you know it's going to happen. So why waste your time on all these other small trades? You should be in line, ready for this, and knowing how to trade this large move with the smallest amount of capital available, okay? Trade this using small amounts of capital, not big amounts of capital. Nampak? Because you can do it again on USD Mexican peso, you know it's going to go up like a rocket. And that's one of them. In fact, on many things, you know it's going to go up like a rocket. So you just be ready to trade this. And that's actually what I'm focusing on. Okay, I don't focus on all these risky trades because, again, here's the thing, guys. This is a very, very challenging year. If I want you to be a trader, the thing is, with the pressures that you are undergoing through this year, do you think it's realistic? It's not. But you can make more money this way just by buying at the right time or shorting at the right time, depending on the market, where the market is, and then hodling. Hold it, hold it, hold it until it happens. That's how you do things. Yeah, and I told you the formula already on how we're going to get the good tokens. That's just how we do things, okay? And think of this. If the market goes down and if there's a problem with fiat currency, guess what will happen? Wouldn't people be looking like an alternative to fiat? What is an alternative to fiat? Gold. Maybe Bitcoin, maybe asset-based tokens. So those are suddenly going to become hot commodities. And this looks like what's going to happen now. And how do commodities work? Because commodities are in US dollar, and you guys saw orange juice, right? So if there's a problem in fiat currencies, commodities will go up, right? and you make money there also. Okay, so this is how we do things. I don't teach people the traditional things. I refuse to teach people the traditional things because I know it is very difficult to do. Okay, I have to be Nila. To me, it's very simple. Why can't we do things that are more and more realistic? Okay, let's do things that are very, very realistic. Let's just share again. Okay, so I showed you how to do it. I showed you the problem with the retirement crisis that's about to happen, but no worries there. Now I'm just showing you how we plan to solve this problem, and it can be done because again, what we're doing now is that I'm also expanding the group to include other business activities because again, guys, I don't know what's going to happen to the world. Okay, all I know is that I have to be ready in one way or another, and we just do the best we can to really prepare. Okay, and those of you that are out there in business know that it has been a struggle this year, right? And yeah. And unfortunately, I have to tell you that it's not going to get worse. It's not going to get better. It's going to get much worse, okay? It's going to get much worse before it gets better. So next week, I'm teaching people about all this asymmetric trading. This is options, okay? This is part of the Forex class, which I have recorded already. This was for the 5 series, February 9th and 10th. It's already recorded. It's in my Teachable. So this one, now it's only 4888, okay? And the next one, this is March 9th or 10th. Because when you're here forever. You can also participate in my other projects, okay? And on options, okay? On options, this is on options next week. It's only 4888 now. 1,000 discount. I only give this for people over 50, right? But never mind. So now on March 16, 17, hopefully before the signing in Pakistan, we're going to have another class. This is crypto super maganda. So we're going to, this is the new ways of actually going into crypto. Don't do it the last way. The last way is not right. This is only 2888. But if you come together with this, I'll give you the crypto class for free. Okay, so that's my contribution there. So not only are you learning about all these things, but people who are in my group also get to participate in a lot of my projects. Because what I've been doing is, yes, there's a lot of people that want to meet me, and but they're not recorded. So that's the offer. So think about it. Okay, and just contact me if you'd like to attend class next weekend and the following weekend. So again, why we are creating all this, it allows you guys to participate in the projects that I am in. And I think this is very, very important. This is my contribution to my group to expand the group further, that when you learn here, it's not only about learning about options, it's not only learning about Forex, it's not only learning about crypto, it's also how to apply crypto in real life projects, okay? So far, I have 3 guys trying their skills out. Let's see how they do. For example, when we talk about when we talk about that we want to run the social media thing for this group, and we're going to be very busy after the signing in March, in late March. We're going to have to come out with a social media site. If you see now, my posts, I don't do my posts. I do only 1 post a day. The rest are done by other people that I give them a chance. Okay, you say you can do it lah. But I do not want to, I do not necessarily, I'm not comfortable with people coming to me, I have something for you. I really don't like that. Because, hey, this is a very good project. This is a project that I cannot afford to fail, because it does affect my reputation. And for those of you in the group who want to participate. But as my student, at least we think in the same wavelength. And that's why I am, I'm not going back to the village. Maybe going back to the village in Pakistan or wherever. I'll probably be based out of Europe after this, okay? And this is what I do for the group. So it's an even bigger group than what it is. Because why do I do this? Again, I do this because I know a lot of people will struggle. That's just a fact. Times are going to be very hard. Is there an opportunity here? Yes. Will you get in? I don't know. But at least I give you the chance to try it out, right? Fair enough. It's fair enough. Not all are going to make it, but at least you get a chance to get it out. And of course, when we do get the tokens, of course, there will be a distribution of those tokens. And guys, I will tell you, if I am designing a token that is going to go 10x, I will tell you at that point, this is going to go 1x, 2x, 3x, or 10x. I will tell you. Because at least it's in, more of it is within my controller. And if we go and if we are, you know, we are building an ecosystem here for this asset-backed token, I can even tell you, oh, we have a partner here and this guy is good and we've checked him out and I myself have been in negotiations with this guy and this guy is going for STO. I will tell you whether we should go in or not. And this is placed not on what I read, this is placed on my actual conversation with that person. Because the one thing that I've learned from the crypto crash is, if you do not know, you better not do anything. Don't even do anything. You really got to know lah. And at least with the project that we are getting, we are in the process, or we will know who we deal with, and that should result in better returns now. Okay, any questions? Resume record. Now here's an example of a partner that we're going to deal with. I really like this partner, you know, and I think they are the right ones. This is one of our many partners, but this is good because they already have something working. Again, what we want to do is really put all our assets on the blockchain. And one of the things here is this. Yeah. So all we need to do is really, so this is good because we know where the thing actually came from. Throughout the entire cycle, it's already ready. And what we want to do, just for example here, what are we looking for here? We're looking for people who can develop on top of this platform. It's using Hyperledger from IBM. So why do we want to use this? Because it's the same, kind of the same process for all the gemstones. You want to know where you are, you want to get it out of the ground, then you want to polish it, and you want to put DNA there so you know that this came from this mine at a certain location. So that when you buy it, you know, you're either buying from Africa, you're buying from Burma, or you're buying from Afghanistan or whatever. So all of this is really, really ready. So when I talk about who we talk to, our partners, we only talk to the best, okay? So this is some of the relationships that we will establish for our crypto group. So it's not like any other crypto group where moon here, moon there. That is the past. Now it's really building relationships with people so that we can develop something that really, really goes to the moon.